Alright, pretty busy. I'm just setting up for a bit of a test. We need to do a pre-test, and we also need to set up, I'm going to put 10 or 11 birds in here that I'm going to use first off for this weekend's race. I'm just getting it ready now because if I'm in a lot of pain this week, I'm not going to be able to do all this kind of mucking around, lifting and bending and whatever. So start off with, we've got our top pigeon rings, heaps of them in there. You notice this shoe got a bit more branding, which is pretty cool. Top Pigeon did actually give me this clock a few years ago, and I've been using it for the last 2 seasons, and this is the 3rd season that I've used it, and I've had no problems with it. Haven't missed a bird. Super easy clock to use because I've never ever done this before. Never raced and used clocks, so this has been really good. Big touch screen like that, but the only thing I can say is you need to buy yourself a little pen like that if you've got big fat fingers, because it's really hard to do what you need to do. So really good clock. See, super handy to use, and this one comes with a whole kit, and it's got this little bracket that I've mounted up there 2 years ago. It's still working pretty well. I've just got to fix that up because I just wrecked my little screen protector, which you should take off, but I leave it on there just to keep my little clock nice and fresh. So what we're going to do is basically get the rings on those 10 birds and test them over the pad, sign them all in, stuff like that. You can see my clock's in here ready to go. My seals are in under there, you can see them, and we're sort of ready to go. Just need to get the birds sort of dialed back in, and they're all looking really good. Not all of these birds will be racing, just because we've got a few that are injured. That little hen on the left still out of action from the falcon smacking her in the wing. There is a couple more in here. See if we can see them, but they're looking happy and healthy. A few cocks in here that are really pretty keen to race, I think. Got a few old boys. That's the only son of Titan I've got left there with the orange ring on there on the left. He'll be in the first team. That dark checker there, he's the one that's got this bit of chest damage from Saturday's tosses. One of the other blue bars is losing all his feathers. That little pied one there, he will be back in. He's the one that had his chest ripped open a few weeks back, but he will be in the race team. And a few really nice birds here as well. We'll see how they go. Definitely in a better position than we have been every other season, because the birds have had a bit more time, and we've come up with a bit of a system that should work. So at the moment I've just got them sitting in here so I can set the clock up, and we'll move 10 birds over into here, and then basically they'll stay separate for this season. Because what I'll do is I'll do a couple of really short little tosses, just the 7k ones, if I'm feeling better just before the race, basketing, just to get them switched back on. So I'll get some chip rings on them, and we'll do some testing. All right, we are done. You can see without the reflection, we've got 11 birds in there. Most of them you'll see either 22, 23, 20 or so. Let's have a look at them. So these are the 10 birds that will be entering next week. We all know the little mealy hen over here. Ooh, a bit crazy. She done pretty well for us. We got 16th fed with her, a couple of club seconds. So she's back into it this season, had a lot of training. So I've got this weekend's looking like a pretty quick race. So she's probably my best bet for it. See how she goes this year. If she does really well, then definitely be in the stock loft. This little guy, he raced pretty well for us last year. He was only really young. So the fact that he went to every single race and made it home was a good sign, and he's still here. We got on the left, that's a daughter of Shock. She done pretty well also. Son of Rosetta, he done pretty well. Oh, actually, sorry, that isn't daughter. That's a son of the red checker cock we had, Speedbird. So the only 2 Speedbirds I've got in here is him and her, and they're a half brother and sister, same father. That's the daughter of Shock there. She done actually pretty well last year. Didn't clock, but she was always just there. Also we got the recessive red hen. She was a good little hen, a little bit slow, but she still turned up every single race. Who's that? That one is his one. We actually know that one's first time racing. His son of Apache. We all know 83. He's back out of retirement. He's only 2019, so all my birds are having a run this season. He done pretty well for us. So hopefully in a fast race, he should do pretty well also. We've got this guy there. He's the naughty one that actually does not want to go in the loft, so I'm going to put him in a few races and hopefully that sorts him out. So I'm not expecting him to do anything too crazy, but need to sort him out. Son of Titan. He's been here since 2020 and he's been in every single race that we've had. Hasn't clocked, but he still comes home. So there's got to be some merit in that. And we've got a little hen here. That she was really, really young actually, and she went all the way to 350 kilometres last year, no problem. So hopefully this year she's experienced. So there we go. This weekend's race is looking like pretty quick, so there's a few birds in here that will stand a pretty good chance. 83, that cockbird there, and the mealy hen up there. So it'll be interesting to see how those perform. These guys is what left. We'll continue to train them. There's a couple in here that are injured. But then these will be in the following race, I'd say. Yeah, the following weeks we'll put them in as I feel fit. Just want to get one race out of the way and see how we go. And then all these little crackers in here we'll have a quick look at. This group is my leftovers from Pattaya, the ones I didn't choose to send to Pattaya. Quite a few of them. Actually might be able to start tossing these ones soon. Maybe once we finish racing we'll do that. Just try not to fall in the water here. Just want to have a look. And then these guys are my most exciting. Just don't want to fall in this water, but there's some really, really nice little pigeons in here. This one actually is probably one of my favourites. She's a really sweet little hen, this one. She's very friendly. She'll sit on your boot as you walk around. She's off Bondi. I think she's daughter of Bondi. But absolutely cracker. Bondi and this one's father are 3 of a kind, and I've not lost babies out of these guys yet, but they are fantastic looking pigeons. Like there's some real crackers in here like this. So definitely interesting. There's actually another one over there. Let's have a look at this one. He's pretty good too. There's just a whole bunch of these light checkers that are fantastic pigeons, and they're out of the 4. I've got basically 4 cocks that do really well, and these ones are sort of all out of them, but they've all had a bath, so they're all just sort of relaxing. My little dark checker's been a little bit unwell, so I've been keeping a close eye on him, but the rest of them are just had a bath, so they're just cruising. Hopefully soon I'm gonna open this back up anyway, so it's their turn to come out, empty this out, but we'll see how we go with those. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Next weekend there won't be any more videos until the next one, which will be the race one, and we'll probably bring that out on Monday, but we're all ready to go. ETS, everything, clock. We may just test one bird coming through there just to be sure. All right, come on, mealy hen. Righto, I've got that set on training. We'll do a live test this time just to make it a little bit more realistic. As long as she doesn't get eaten by a falcon, that'd be quite disheartening. All right, let's do a test with 83. Come on, buddy. You're renowned to be a good clocker. Come on. There we go. She's working. Perfect. All right. Worked out well. Whew. Hopefully next weekend will be pretty good. It's time for me to get these birds fed and sort them out. A little bit warm today. This weekend's meant to be really cool, but we'll see. The weather is months out of whack, so it's still way too hot. So we're interested to see how the birds go next week. If it is cooler, we'll be all right, but throwing in a few more, well, basically all experienced birds just to get through that first race. First couple of races usually slaughterhouse. Reports from a lot of my mates that are tossing, been on the club and truck toss, birds getting slaughtered pretty hard, so it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, rough one ahead, I think. Stay tuned.